Hello, hello, hello. It is me, Gregory, the one you've known as the kid for the longest time. Um, I gotta speak further because I guess this might be my last video. um, so my whole life, I thought I knew the people that are around me. Right? It's apparent now that they were a cult. Um, at some point, um, I guess the rapture happened. So I have two theories. Either this is hell or uh, this is post-rapture society. Um, it's been confirmed to me that shapeshifters do exist. Uh, that would then, based on the theories that I've put out, that I've heard, that reptilians are real, um, vampires are real, shapeshifters are very, very real, right? So what has happened is that I found out that the woman that I knew as Evelyn Burke is really Lilith. She's the mother of all demons. And her husband, Loxley Burke, I guess he's her son husband. She calls him her plaything, right? So these two have enormous amounts of abilities where they can shapeshift into different people. Apparently, they are not just world leaders, but they're also in the entertainment business, right? So they already have the hearts and minds of the people, right? Um, and based on how I feel and how I've been used, um, it is perceived that I don't like human beings. So right now, in my mind, this is my theory. Uh, a lot of God's children are gone. A lot of the people here now are either once upon a time non-believers, or they're here because of they chose to side with evil. They chose to side with the devil, right? Um, what else can I say? What else can I say? I am not against mankind. I don't hate people. I do hate wickedness and corruption and lies. I no longer have anything else to live for. Right? Everything has been taken from me. Right? Um, and based on that saying, I've been homeless my whole life. Right? I've been homeless my whole life, and I've been hated most of my life. And everybody that from my childhood um, that either pretended to be my friend or went to school with me to bully me and antagonize me in some way, form, or fashion, they have been part of the Nephilim, the fallen angels. They're children of the fallen angels. I didn't even know that they could reproduce, but I guess they can reproduce. So they have become a family, right? And they keep everything within their bloodline, right? I just left New York City. I'm back in Atlanta now, right? And I literally had royalty follow me to New York City. I was staying in an abandoned building right next to the church that I condemned, right? And that church was full of demons, all shapeshifted Nephilim, right? So now Lilith is antagonizing me and following me everywhere I go. Her and her husband and her minions, right? Everywhere I go, her minions are following me. Last night I was approached by the police by sleeping in a parking lot in a MARTA station. I told the police officer not to touch me, and he did the right thing. He didn't touch me. I'm gonna put this out there so the world can know. If any police officer touches me, it will be death. Okay? I'm not going in nobody's handcuffs. It will be death. Before I go to anybody's prison or jail cell, I will die. I will seek death, right? Because I'm gonna fight to the death, and I mean that with all my heart, all my soul, right? This world is extremely wicked, right? And it's not like we're stupid or naive. We know the things that can be done to improve the planet. I've spoken on these things. Many people have spoken on these things. And the people that have spoken on these things, they've usually been killed or assassinated, right? Health is a big issue right now, right? Based on COVID. I was just in New York City. COVID is not real. How I can tell you? I was taking public transportation. Those train stations were the most filthiest train stations I've ever seen. No cleaning, no pressure washing, no nothing. There's bacteria and sludge and slime everywhere. So COVID cannot be real, right? But they wanted you to believe that it's a real thing. People put on masks, still have on masks. That is just it's just symbolic, meaning that they're hiding who they really are, right? I hate the masks. I was in the military. I don't think a lot of people are familiar with CS gas, right? If you was to put on a mask now with a room full of CS gas, that mask is not doing anything. If we really wanted to protect ourselves against this virus, everybody would have on military issued masks, right? And we'd walk around with that all day long, even in your homes, right? But you put on a fucking, excuse my cursing, you put on a cloth mask or a paper mask, like that's really stopping anything. This is the psychology of our medical department, right? And I went to the CDC and I sprayed water all over the CDC and I condemned the CDC. And once again, I'm not going to say that I'm Jesus, but I realize now why I've been followed, why I believe my real family was killed and I was kidnapped by this Nephilim family, this Nephilim group, right? And hindered and followed and had all type of things happen to me. And I cannot blame anybody because Lilith told me not to blame anybody. So I'm not going to blame anybody. But I will say that they played a part in frustrating me, making my life very, very difficult, right? And now they've turned my life into a reality show. So everything that I do and say is perceived as though I am the devil. I am the Antichrist. I am against goodness. I am against everything that is good on the planet. Right? So now it is perceived that I am this wicked person. When the reality is Lilith, her husband, and everybody that's part of her group are the true villains on this planet. I have no problem looking anybody in the eye and telling them the truth. This is the God honest truth. If I'm lying, Heavenly Creator, please take my life away right now. Wait for it. It has not happened. This is a manipulated world, right? Through social groups, through social classes, through the monetary system, right? Uh, through racism, right? All these things were used as distractions to keep the real attention away from those who are running the system, running the game. I would gladly, if I had the opportunity, which I know I'm not going to have it now, to sit down with any of these genius billionaires and zillionaires. Just have a conversation with them. I would sit down with any politician and sit down and talk to them about the improvements that could be done to improve the planet, to improve the life of human beings, whether it's this country or the world. But you see, what it is that this world is coming to an end. It's the God honest truth. They're on borrowed time. God honest truth. They know that their time is up. And another thing is this: these entities, based on the fact that they can shapeshift and they can, what I believe, this is just my theory, that they can move their consciousness into other bodies, right? Um, when the real holy war happens, the real judgment day happens, when the Creator comes back, and everything that's supposed to be fulfilled will be fulfilled, right? These entities is going to cease to exist. So right now they're on. Think of a think of a cornered animal, right? Regardless of the size of that animal, if you corner an animal in any position, like say between a rock and a hard place, they're gonna fight to the death, right? Literally, it could be as small as a house or a field mouse to a lion. If you corner an animal, you're gonna see the most vicious thing ever, right? So right now, they're cornered, right? It's the God honest truth. They give up perception as though they're living in royalty and they're living so lavishly, but realistically they are cornered, right? So they're on their last heels, literally. They're on their last hoorah. They're on their last stand. I came back here to Georgia to confirm these things because they made my life a living hell in New York. They they wanted to see me collect bottles and cans because my life is an amusement park. My life is here to amuse the people, right? Not here to share philosophies or opinions or just anything else, right? They just wanted to show the ugly side of me, the anger, right? The frustration. They don't want. They never talk about the positives, but everybody lives on the negative because this is a low vibrational plane. The third dimension, especially now that more than ever, is extremely low, and they want to keep everybody vibrating low, right? And I think for long periods of time, I've been asleep as well. They've put a tremendous amount of sedatives in my food. I was even drugged yesterday, right? And on top of that, um, they take blood from me, right? Like literally, they take blood from me. They literally take blood from me. Now, I'm not sure if they're using this for some type of scientific purpose, or if they're drinking my blood. Um, uh, I don't know what they're using it for. I know that they are energy vampires, for instance, right? Certain people want to get around you all the time, so I know that the energy vampire thing is very, very real. But the vampire thing might be very, very real. The drinking of blood, it might be very, very real, right? The only thing that that's weird to me is that I wonder sometimes if I'm in a domed facility, if I'm on another planet, uh, because they it appears that they can walk around during the day, and I thought that they only walked around at night. But maybe because these two are have special abilities that allows them to do so, right? Like I said, vampires are very, very, very real. Um, I seen them in Egypt while I was in Egypt. They were taking my blood while I was in Egypt, right? Um, so now the main thing for them is my downfall, right? I was told by I'm not sure if it was Lilith um, or her husband, her slash son. I'm not sure. They said that they want to get me as weak as possible, right? And then they're going to kill me. Because I wonder. I was thinking to myself, like, why, if you hate me so much, why wouldn't you have not attempted to kill me already? Like, why would you have not? Um, you can get your police, your corrupt police officers to shoot me. You could have paid one of these street guys to, shoot me, right? I was attacked in New York City. Almost got into a knife fight, and apparently, I don't know if you could kind of slightly see it. I was I was cut right here by some type of mysterious knife, right? Um, but not by the actual guy that was holding a knife. Somebody from behind stabbed me. I know that sounds weird, but I'm not being weird. They stabbed me. Like, you can see it now. They literally cut me, right, with some type of magical knife, right? So I'm gonna end it off by saying this. Inside of me, I'm gonna be honest. The energy is very, very different. I know that I'm attached to this third dimensional realm in this human body, in this frame, and then this mind um, is connected through Lilith like a hive. She's learned. I'm not gonna say she's controlled most human beings like a hive, right? Telepathically, right? So like I said, she has very strong abilities, right? So even sometimes I've been manipulated. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been manipulated by Lilith, right? But what I realize now is that they fear the spirit that I carry. That's why there hasn't been a push to kill me, because I realize that now that we are in the final days, if this is still Earth, right, and I'm not in hell, right, um, once this vessel is retired or cease to exist, once there's no more breath, physical breath coming out of my body, the spirit that I'm carrying inside of me is going to unleash. What is going to come with that, I'm not sure, and I don't want to frighten nobody. Sometimes it kind of scares me. I'm not gonna lie, but I realize now, because everybody likes to point, so I'm going to point because I want to make a point. This is what they are afraid of. They're not afraid of Gregory Burke, or who was known as Gregory Burke, and that's really not my real name either, right? Because everything about my life has been fraudulent. Birth certificates, everything, all of that stuff is fake, right? All that stuff is fake. I was kidnapped, and everything about my life has been fake. On this third dimensional realm has been fake, right? Everything. Though the people I know as my parents were not my parents. People I knew as my family was not really my family. It's the God honest truth. If I'm lying, Father, please strike me down if I'm lying, right? Everything about my life has been fake. So they fear what is inside of me internally. Once that is unleashed, it will be very, very different from anything else this world has ever seen. That's the God honest truth. I lie to you not. So that's why I'm not dead yet. Because once my spirit is free, um, uh, You can say, I'm gonna bring God's wrath. God honest truth. All right, peace, everybody. Hope everybody's good. Put God first. Hope everybody has love in their heart. Um, everybody that has life is based on different religions. I hope that you can stand on those things because these things are gonna be very, very real. Once I die, um, a spirit, energy inside of me is going to be unleashed onto this planet. It's the God honest truth. And that is what the elite or powers that be or whatever is afraid of. And if anybody wants to test that theory, I would want to see the theory too. I welcome anybody to come and hey, take your shot, take your chance, right? Because I don't want to be here anyway. It's God honest truth. They have literally, they have made sure to make my third dimensional life hell. All right, peace, love, peace, love, and light, man. It's the kid, also known as Studio Kamoon. All right, one.